We've got a whole bunch of announcements of new Switch 2 games dropping later this year, which is super soon and cool, but currently I'm just a mess because I don't know if I should still get Little Nightmares 3. I've been a huge Little Nightmares fan. I believe that Little Nightmares 2 was the last game that Gabe and I reviewed together, so that makes it special, and then I just have loved the concept of Little Nightmares. I think the first game is one of the coolest, most moody, atmospheric games I've ever played, and so many companies have riffed on that formula since then. But this one, Little Nightmares 3, is out, and it's apparently really mediocre. They say if you like Little Nightmares, you'll like it, but, should I actually get it? Because it's $40, which feels like a lot considering I paid $20 for Hollow Knight Silksong, and less than that, less than $40 for Hades 2. They're saying that this game basically feels like it's just too differential to the past games, not doing anything new. It's too formulaic, it's too much of what you'd expect. It's too much the same. It's got this co-op character, but if you don't have a co-op partner, then the co-op character just kind of solves a lot of the puzzles for you. I love Little Nightmares. I love Little Nightmares 2. Something about this, though, is rubbing me the wrong way, and I guess the big piece of information is that it's made by a different team. Tarsier Studios is onto Reanimal, which is coming out next year, and this is Supermassive Games, who at one point I thought were the belle of the ball when it came to new era horror. They made Until Dawn, which is one of my favorite games I ever covered on Ghost Robo, my multi-platform channel. Did a whole walkthrough of that. Thought that game was fantastic. And ever since, I feel like Supermassive has never reached that peak again. And to be frank, Until Dawn is not a perfect game at all. Until Dawn has a lot of flaws. It just was sort of doing something brand new at the time, and I felt like it hit that mix of horror plus campiness plus choose your own adventure plus characters that were really kind of plain, but you still had some affinity for. Now I feel like the Supermassive stuff is just very by the numbers, and apparently that's what Little Nightmares 3 is. So I've been sitting here wrestling with if I should download Little Nightmares 3. I did not get a review code for it, or if it's not worth my time. I feel like it's interesting because the Switch 2, on one hand, doesn't have a lot of games, but on the other hand, there's a lot of games, and the ones that we do have are very time-consuming. Things like Hollow Knight Silksong and Hades 2 are big, big games. We've got Pokemon Legends Z out next week, ZA, and so it's do we have the space, the time for Little Nightmares 3? Even though it's a shorter experience, it's a $40 game, which I feel like, is it really worth double Hollow Knight Silksong, double Hades 2? I don't like that, really. I feel like they mispriced that thing. I think they feel like they're going for more of a AA franchise, but I don't know. Do I get Little Nightmares 3? Bowser, what do you think? Bowser? Now that Doug Bowser's retiring, my Bowser should basically be the champion of Nintendo, the head of Nintendo, right? You make all the choices? Yeah? Come on up. Come on. Come on. Come on, you're invited. Let me move this. Come on. He needs to be invited. Here he comes. He's on the... Can you see him? It's a kitty. It's a kitty. Hello, buddy. Okay. Anyhow, other games are coming to Switch 2 that are not Little Nightmares 3, and these ones we know are good because they've been out before. One is INDIKA. Sakurai says he really likes INDIKA. I liked INDIKA. It is a very strange PC title that has a very strange religious theme. I would say that this one is very bizarre. It's made by 11-Bit Studios and Odd Meter. They did a really great job of being unique, crafty, dealing with what I'd say is sort of a complicated subject matter. But it's also just more of a walking simulator type game. There's some puzzle solving, there's some weird stuff going on, but it really gameplay sense, but just in the subject matter and what it's sort of telling you. INDIKA is definitely a very interesting title. It's dropping on Nintendo Switch on November 17th, the physical version coming on November 28th. You can play this one on both platforms, which is, of course, a nice, nifty thing. We've also got Skate Story coming on December the 8th, which is a Devolver joint about skating. A lot of skate games always coming out. This one does look to kind of be a rare gem, though. Sometimes skate games get boring. This skate game, though, has a lot of gorgeousness, and I love to see Devolver on my Switch 2 because I love what they do. Ball Pit is coming out next week, and that game is going to be a freaking charmer. I've been playing it. It's so freaking good, and we'll definitely be covering that one soon. We also have 3 new SNES games coming to the Switch online service. A cool one here because Mario vs. Wario, or Mario and Wario rather, is releasing in English for the first time. First time it's ever been outside of Japan, and this is a Switch 2 mouse Joy-Con game, which is pretty darn cool that you have to use the Switch 2 mouse Joy-Con. I believe that it requires that. I think it's what it says in the trailer. It requires it. They're saying it has mouse support, but I think it like needs it. Yeah, it's required to play. Yep. Okay. Required to play. You don't need a mouse for the other titles, which are going to be Bubsy and Claws Encounters of the Third Kind. And you've got a wonderful Fatal Fury special enhanced version of Fatal Fury 2. Honestly, not that special to me. I won't play any of these games, but I do think it's clever and cool when they are introducing games that have never released on the side of the planet, and I think it's a pretty nifty way to utilize NSO and also to take advantage of this mouse that you can use your Switch 2 Joy-Con for, actually giving them something, a purpose, because right now there's not a lot that they are used for. That will change hopefully with Metroid Prime 4 if that becomes the preferred way to play, or at least a cool way to play, or at least an interesting way to play. That's pretty darn nifty. Now let's talk about Close to You, which is not Huntrick's newest song, it's Nintendo's newest animation. This was the one that we talked about with the baby. What was it? Mario Galaxy? Is it Pikmin? Yes, it's Pikmin. Nintendo re-released the video, this time with the Pikmin there. So apparently all the invisible movement was not by Mystic Fairies or Mind Control. It was just Pikmin that they chose to remove, hide that layer from the initial video. They re-released the video with the Pikmin there, and it's clear that this is Pikmin. So, okay, cool. New Pikmin. No. It's not. Sadly, this is not new Pikmin. Sadly, this is not old Pikmin. Sadly, this is just Nintendo Pictures making a Pikmin short. Kind of pointless in my opinion. Some people still think it's very cool. Nintendo Pictures doing shorts. Honestly, you know what? Doesn't do much for me. I'm just gonna say straight up, like, if it's a game, cool. If it's a movie, yes. 4 minutes of a baby crawling around with Pikmin, that's not doing it for me. I don't know what they think this is going to do, who this is appealing to, who they're targeting. Is a 5-year-old going to get on Nintendo Today app and watch this video and then want to play Pikmin in a few years? Is a 12-year-old going to watch this and see the baby and think the baby's cool and want to ask their mom or dad to get them Pikmin? I don't really know what this is targeting. I don't really know the point. Personally, I think it seems kind of silly. Like, I do really respect Nintendo's efforts to go into the movie space, or if they were going to do like a TV show. But a Pikmin short that's targeted at what I would say is a mess of an audience. Like, I don't know who this is for or what the purpose or point here is. I guess they just had a creative idea of Pikmin and a baby. I don't even know that's that creative. I don't know if that even ties into Pikmin that much. It's pretty weird. There's no context established here, and there's nothing more to it. It was kind of just an experiment, a dud. And if it's just an experiment, okay. If they're going to do bigger and better things, great. That's fine. But for right now, I feel pretty let down by the Pikmin poop that is Close to You. No Pikmin thing is close to us, apparently. We do have Pikmin 4. Maybe one day that gets a Switch 2 upgrade. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe we just get Pikmin 5 down the road. Maybe we just get Pikmin Bloom VR. I don't know, but I found this whole Close to You saga to wrap up in the most obvious and kind of lame way it possibly could. So thanks, Nintendo, for giving us a hidden video secret thing that could have been super cool and ends up being nothing. It's just a 4-minute video. Okay, they're trying to be Pixar and practicing their human looks. I don't know. Anyways, Mario Galaxy movie comes out. That's not made by Nintendo Pictures, so again, I don't really see the purpose, but I do see the purpose of all of these Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 games coming out, and I do feel like the calendar continues to get more and more crowded. And I think once we hit next week with Pokemon Legends ZA, it's kind of like all speed ahead. Although personally, I've still been playing Hades 2, still been playing Hollow Knight Silksong. What games are you currently playing on Switch 2? And should I get Little Nightmares 3 to continue this series? Probably the last game in the franchise, I guess. To beat it, complete it, just see all the evil, gross, scary Muppets that are crawling in the background of those eerie worlds, or do I skip it because they switch devs and it seems like it is kind of a skippable game in a fall where there is so much fun stuff to freaking play. I've been playing Silent Hill F, I've been playing the 2 indies I mentioned, Hollow Knight and Hades, although barely indies at this point. I've been playing Ghost of Yotei, I'm looking forward to Pokemon Legends, I've been playing Ball Pit, Ball X Pit, Ball Cross Pit, Ball Pit. Jump in the ball pit with me and let me know what you're playing. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you all, lads. Switch Force out.